Hey guys, welcome back to another video. The last two videos I've made have been quite intense and very high effort. So today I'm going to take a little bit of a step back, and I thought I would just kind of show you the collection of playing cards that I've accumulated while I've been in the UK. I made a video last year talking about my playing card collection, and that included all the decks that I own in New Zealand, but I've left the majority of those behind. And since I've arrived here, I have managed to pick up a few more. So I kind of felt like just doing this, so that's why it's going to be a bit more casual today. It's probably going to be a bit of a longer video, but I hope you enjoy it. So we're going to start out with a whole bunch of old decks I've got. And the thing is, I guess it's probably an unpopular opinion in Magic, but at least for me, I really love and appreciate a good, well-used old deck of cards. These are mostly missing cards. I think this one isn't, but these are basically just really kind of in a beautiful, really broken in condition. And what I've found is that these cards will get sticky if I use them for ages, but if you leave them for about a week or so, then they go back to just being super nice and soft. So yeah, these are some of my favorite cards, just the old ones, and you'll notice that as a theme. I don't want to take too long because I remember in my last playing card video it was like 40 minutes long and I just spent way too long talking about cards, so I'm going to move pretty quickly. Starting out, we've got actually, before I move on to the brick boxes, these are cards that I use on a daily basis. So I have these just kind of loose. I've got a couple of my favorite decks. Tally-Ho Circlebacks, my favorite deck of cards. Just a beautiful design. I have some Pink Butterfly Workers. These are really nice. Sent to me by Butterfly, who I'm sponsored by actually. So big thank you to Butterfly. We'll get into more of those later. And then some fan backs. This is a really nice, I mean, I'm not going to go through every deck like this, but this is a super nice, well broken and soft deck of cards that is very well loved. And then another two of my kind of go-to designs are the Bee playing cards. This is a really well worn in deck of red and blue bees. So I'm going to try to organize this as I go, so it's not a mess at the end of the video. Okay, moving on. We've got, this is the first brick. This is a whole lot of kind of standard decks of cards. I used to be really into very custom cards, but I've stepped back and now I love more kind of standard designs. So this is an Ask Alexander deck. It's really cool. I picked that up in a magic shop in London. This is another Bee deck. This one is slightly newer, so less used. These are great. These may look like ordinary Tally-Ho Circlebacks, but these are 2018 Tally-Hos. So they were produced in 2018, as you can see on the bottom, and there's something about Tally-Ho Circlebacks that were produced in 2018 that just handle way better than any other cards that I really have. So these are special. I traded with a friend for these because you can't really buy these because no one ever marks down the date that they were produced. So yeah, that's just a little nerdy thing that I like. We have a red and blue deck of gold seals. These handle really well, so I love those. And then some regular bikes as well. These are just normal rider backs. This one is missing a card, so I hardly ever use it. And then to wrap up this brick, I have Bee Lotus playing cards. I was meant to bring some of the red ones, but I accidentally left them in New Zealand, so that's unfortunate, but these are really cheap. There's some Aviators as well, also really cheap. And yeah, two Aristocrat decks, and these are really nice as well. I love using them for gambling stuff, so I'm going to kind of put those over there. All right, next brick, let's see what we've got. The reason I'm unpacking these, by the way, is because I've just moved houses to a friend's house, and I brought all these cards with me to make this video. Here we go. So this is a whole lot of custom decks. This is an open deck of fan backs that I have too many open decks of fan backs, so here's just a random loose one. We have the Nock Luxury Collection, the red edition. These are really nice. They've got a holographic back and very thin and soft. This is just a shell, but these are kind of a few of the Butterfly decks that I own. These are the Butterfly, I can't even remember what they're called. I think they're V3s, I guess. But this is in red. They have this beautiful paper packaging, and I have a few other decks like that as well. This is a black version, so this is a borderless deck that is black and white. I can't really be bothered taking it out of the paper because it does take a bit of effort, but I love these decks. These are really beautiful. Then we also have, this is I can't remember exactly what these are called, but this is another Butterfly deck, but it's completely black, and it's even got a black border, so you can see the design there. These are pretty new actually, and yeah, handle really well as usual with Butterfly. I'm not biased, I promise. What else have we got? So this is these are by Bacopo playing cards. This is the Be Natural deck. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but it does kind of say, it has a quote from Godiva, and in Be Natural, what I mean by this is be yourself. So this is just basically a plain white deck of cards. And as we progress, you'll see a theme. I really like very kind of white decks, so you'll see a few of those later on. These are the Magnolia playing cards by Andrei Chinichka. I hope I got that name right. Who runs Butterfly playing cards, and he sent me these as well as the Victor Pena pineapple playing cards. These are really cool too. Both well used. I've performed quite a lot with those. I have the Feather deck by Vanishing Ink. This is one of the few decks that I brought over with me because the design is super nice and they handle really well. What else? Providence playing cards. These were a gift from a friend, Chris Wilder, when I first arrived in Nottingham, where I am living right now. And these are cool because the tuck flap opens sideways, so that's pretty sick. These are from the 1914, and they have a nice gold kind of eye Illuminati symbol in the middle. Yeah, so thank you, Chris. Really appreciate that. And last but not least of this brick, we have the Daniel Ortiz playing cards. I bought these from International Magic, which is a magic store in London. And they weren't too expensive, and these are very difficult to get. So some Daniel Ortiz playing cards, pretty cool. All right, 2 brick boxes done. Yeet that way. Moving on to this one. I think this is my favorite brick. This has just got a whole lot of custom decks that I use regularly. So let's see what we've got. Oh, there's some new decks in here. So the first one, this is the latest deck that I've bought, which is the first V3 playing cards. These are usually really expensive, but I managed to get a really great deal on eBay. I wouldn't have bought them otherwise. But yeah, I managed to get a great deal on eBay, so I was like, you know what, I really love this deck. There's the first playing cards by Chris Ramsey, V3. We have the Minok 08s, which is the Japan edition. This is one of my go-to kind of carries at the moment. It has a nice Japanese-inspired design. The Madison IST playing cards. Now you'll be able to see, I'm about to go through a whole lot of Madison decks. Recently I have purchased quite a few Daniel Madison playing cards as a bit of a nostalgia hit for me. That was kind of, they were the playing cards that I really loved when I was growing up in Magic, and I recently found a whole lot for a really good price, so I bought a whole lot. And a lot of them had very plain white designs, so I'll just show you an example. I'm not going to show you every single one, but I'll show you this one. You can see it's pretty plain and white. But the reason I love this is because I love doing Gambling Sleight of Hand. It has all the benefits of a borderless deck with none of the downsides. If you reverse a card in this deck, normally with a borderless deck you can tell straight away, but this one you can't. You can see it is, you can still see it reversed, but only when you spread the cards. So yeah, this is, I love these kind of designs, which is why I've got quite a few, and probably most people think, well, that's just lazy, and maybe it is, but the nostalgia hit is real. So yeah, Madison IST playing cards. I'll go through a few of them at a time. So this is the Madison Rounders. This is what they look like. They're actually white as opposed to the box. These are some of my favorite cards. I have the, man, I don't even know what these are called. Charlie Madison playing cards, I think, which is just the same kind of thing, but with this logo on the deck. And these are printed by Cartamundi in Belgium, and these handle really well. Probably the best handling Cartamundi cards I've used. And then these are Black Madison Advocates, and these are actually signed by Daniel Madison. Not for me, I just bought them off his website signed. But yeah, these are also very difficult to find these days. So yeah, another great deck. All right, moving on, we've got the Obey playing cards by Theory 11. These are a recent drop by them and also a recent purchase from me. They have this really cool kind of collage design. So yeah, another great deck. The Madison Chateau Advocates. These are beautiful, man. I recently picked these up, and the design on that is so nice. I don't know if it's really focusing on that, but yeah, really, really nice. And then last but not least of the Madison decks, I think at least, is the Madison Foundation Advocates, I think they're called. They're white and pink, very simple but beautiful design. So there we go. Those are most of that brick. Then I've also got, this is, I think it's the latest Orbit deck, though they might have just released a Christmas one. No, they didn't do a Christmas one this year. This is the Orbit V3s, no, Orbit Cardistry Con V3s, and man, I love this. Another white design, super nice. This is a Magic Castle deck of cards from the Magic Castle, which I won in the Slight Challenge competition on Instagram, which you should go over and check out. Rick Seidman, which is Richard Turner's student, he sent me these, so thank you, Rick. And last but not least of this, I have another one of the butterfly decks. This is the blue V3s, and I use these all the time, and that's why they're in this brick. So yeah, that is kind of one of my favourite bricks of cards. It's kind of the cards I use all the time. But let's move on, shall we? So, moving on, what have we got here? This is an easy one to go over. This is a brick of Tally-Ho Circlebacks. I recently bought these. There's another sealed brick at the place that I just left, but I didn't want to bring those. But yeah, these are also found them for a very good price, thankfully. And those are my favourite cards, hence why I have a couple of bricks of them. Alright, this is a fun brick. This is all of the butterfly playing cards, all of the remaining butterfly playing cards that I have, and I've been really fortunate to have Butterfly Playing Cards as a sponsor of mine over on Instagram. So big thank you to Butterfly Playing Cards if you're watching this. But yeah, they've sent me quite a few cards over the last few months, and let's start going through them. So I'll start over here because these are really cool. These are their seasons kind of, I don't know exactly what the whole line is called, but each one of these decks represents a season. So there's winter, autumn, summer, and hang on, I've got this wrong. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn. There we go. And these are really beautiful. I'm just going to take one out. I won't show you every single one, but that is the summer design. You can see all of them have that, just that kind of beautiful color scheme. So yeah, really, really creative idea. I love these cards. Also fully marked. I think these ones are at least, yeah, fully edge marked, and that's very cool. Moving on, we've got a couple of the metallic butterfly workers. This is in gold and silver. I hope you can kind of see those. I don't know if the shine won't really show up on camera, but these are really nice. Printed in Cartamundi and by Cartamundi, and handled very well. And then taking the metallic up to another level, these are like the Black Series decks, I think. And man, I gotta show you this one. This is the most gold I think I've ever seen on a deck of cards. Not only is the back totally just gold, but also it's gilded. So the edges are totally gold. So yeah, these are really cool. I need to find more situations to use these in, because gilded decks I always find are hard to know exactly how to use them. Like, I don't really do heaps of cardistry. But yeah, very nice to have, I guess. And moving on, we've got the butterfly workers. These are the cards, butterfly cards I use the most. This is the red and blue, printed by Cartamundi. And then I have the orange deck and the pink deck, which are both printed by USPC. This is the second pink deck I've opened because I really love this colour. Yeah, boom, butterfly playing cards finished. Booyah. How are we already 5, or I guess 6? Yeah, 5 bricks down, wow. Okay, 2 more to go. Oh, I've just discovered a loose deck. This is another opened fan back, so you can see why I've got too many of those lying around. I think one of these actually might be the sealed. Yeah, so this is a whole brick of sealed decks. I've got a sealed deck of the Orbit Cardistry Con 3rd editions. I've got another sealed pink butterfly, sealed red and blue as backups. Oh, this is a sealed 2018 red circleback, so that is a prize of my possession. I'm not going to be opening that for a long time. And then a sealed deck of white rounders, because these are some of my favourite playing cards out there. What else have we got? Oh, a bicycle gaff deck. I brought this from New Zealand. It's got a whole lot of cool gaff cards in it. And I think I showed quite a few of them on my last playing card video. So if you want to watch that, I'll leave a link up here to where you can find that. This is a 1x4 deck with the Ace of Clubs. And then I've got a couple of sealed gold seal decks. And a couple of sealed bikes. Oh, except this one isn't sealed. What is this? This is a brand new deck of bikes which I used in a show. And then at the bottom of this brick I have a whole lot of loose things. So I do have, like, I take out all the jokers from my decks, so I have a whole stack of jokers, but I didn't bring those with me. So I'm just gonna move those over. Okie dokie, well, we'll keep flying on through. I think, yeah, this is the last brick. Last brick. Nothing else left in the bag. And I think this is probably more sealed decks. Yes. Ha! Another 2 open decks of fan backs. I told you I have too many open decks of fan backs. These ones I used in a show recently, in fact this week, hence why I've got like a full deck of open ones. And I just have too many open blue decks. I keep forgetting that I've got them and then yeah, that's a problem. What else have we got? This is a Superior brand deck given to me by a friend. But to be honest, I don't really use this as much because I don't really like the way they handle, because they're from Expert Playing Card Company, so not my favourite. A sealed deck of Tally-Ho Circlebacks, just a regular one. This is another one-way force deck with the 10 of diamonds this time. I used to do quite a lot of stuff with one-way force decks, and I still do occasionally, so hence why I have a few of those. This is the Phantom deck by Joshua J. This is entirely clear. You can see I've got a red fanback playing cards as a cover card, but yeah, entirely clear. There's a really cool trick you can do with these, which I occasionally do when I'm walking around if I want something really surefire. So that's nice. That's basically the only gimmicked, I guess you could call it gimmicked, deck of cards that I ever use. And then at the bottom I have got a sealed deck of bees and then like a whole lot of sealed fanbacks, because I've gone through about half a brick and I've still got half a brick left. So yeah, that is basically it. That is the whole collection that I've currently got with me. Obviously I have a lot more in New Zealand. If you want to see those, you can check out the other video on my channel. But yeah, the moral of the story is you definitely don't need this many cards. A lot of these are sponsored decks, and yeah, I don't really buy any playing cards anymore. I'll buy the occasional one here and there, but the ones I use the most are just the standard Tally-Hos. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It's been kind of pretty fun to just nerd out over playing cards, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. And if you have, feel free to subscribe. But otherwise, I'll see you later. Have a really good day.